Now that's what I call cooking with gas, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you get things started. Enjoying a nice high noon sunset here. It feels great. What's up, Heat Seekers? I am Joe Otis from joeslit.com, and welcome to today's edition of the Lit Picks. We tied last week, folks, something that never, ever happened. Didn't think it ever would happen. And we're going to do something a little different this week. Since we both lost, we are going to be doing a duet. So we're going to come up with some songs this weekend for us to sing together. Been a little bit busy with the songs. I've been trying to get this opening out for a while. Finally got it out, and we'll get the songs done. Don't worry about it. I mean, this is all about karaoke punishment, so hopefully we'll get there someday. I am joined now by my co-host, the one and only Mike Costello. Mike, how are you?
I am still speechless. I mean, that was I don't know how to do anything on the computer related, so I don't even know if I would even know how to type my name in. So I was pretty impressed by watching that opening. It was a good job. Like I said, I'm kind of speechless with that.
You guys have to say.
Yeah.
Well, Bob was looking forward to it. He said, haha, wow. Look at Billy give me a thumbs up on this one. He said, wow, it was improved.
I mean, listen, we can talk about that tie, but that was hard. I mean, listen, I did go 6-6 last week. I had a bad week, but that was ridiculous. I should have won. I protest.
Ties are popular in West Virginia, and there goes our West Virginia audience right there. But I don't think anybody will be watching West Virginia anyway. What do you think?
I have no idea.
We're just right now at the point where it's just the usual 2 or 3 people. I got Bill in there, Pat and Bob, and maybe Mike Crowley might show up at some point. But all right, guys, welcome to Lit Peaks. Lit Peaks. What the hell am I saying? Welcome to Lit Peaks. We're in week 11. This season is going by really fast. I mean, I don't know what to say. Like, I just felt like the season started yesterday. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, and then it's not even that. It's next week is Thanksgiving, and it's like we're going to be done this year and finally out of 2020, which is something I think a lot of people were kind of waiting for. But it's crazy that we're already here and Thanksgiving's next week. I mean, I have no idea.
Geez, and Christmas, and then my son will be turning 1 year old. Like,
yep.
Oh my God, this has been a really, really fast, crazy year. Well, as usual, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. And Mike, let's go back into last week. I mean, you did have a great week, but the most important thing is you're kind of burying the lead here, Mike. You missed the mega parlay because the Cardinals didn't kick the extra point, didn't even attempt the extra point. I mean, that was kind of a BS win anyway because the Bills had that game won. Somehow Kyler Murray finds, DeAndre Hopkins in the end zone for a Hail Mary end zone. We had 3 guys on him. Somehow I got that touchdown. They decided not to go for the extra point. I mean, that's a very classy move by, the head coach there. But what do you think?
It's a joke. And you know what? Nothing makes me happier than last night watching the Seahawks win that football game. I've always been a big proponent of the Cardinals. You know that I've said I was going to take them to the Super Bowl. I was all on them, and now I'm falling off. That was ridiculous. And listen, he made that call, and he's on the sideline thinking like he's like a genius, like he's smirking and everything. Look, it was a smart play. If there's no seconds left in the game, it's a smart play. There were still 2 seconds left in the game. All right. What I hoped would have happened is they kick the ball off, fair caught by the Bills, throw up the ball, pass interference, they kick a field goal and win the game, and the Cardinals lose. That's what I wish would have happened. I understand there's part of the game, and you try and think you're outsmarting things. But if there's 0 seconds, you can do that because it's a 2-point. I understand the 2 points going back for a 2-point conversion if something like that happens, but ridiculous. It's I don't know. That's all I have to say.
All right, so here we got question for both: white meat or dark meat on Thanksgiving?
Dark.
I like dark meat too, better.
And I don't eat stuffing.
And Pat says Cliff Kingsbury doesn't care about my feelings. That's true. Billy says hook. I don't know what that means. Murray trademarked Hail Murray last week, and then Gatto would have kicked the extra. He probably would have kicked the extra point.
I wouldn't have.
Now, fans out there, we want to know what's the worst betting luck? Is it the Cardinals -2.5 or the Browns -4? You have to remember the Browns, Nick Chubb had that big run, stopped toward the end zone, ran, just stopped, didn't even score, didn't go in.
Smart play.
It's a smart play, I guess. I mean, well, it's kind of the same play as, the Cardinals, I guess, not kicking the extra point, even though, like you said, that probably wouldn't have happened. But
Right, but this solidified the game for the Browns where the other team couldn't get the ball back. So,
yeah. But I mean, they just nailed the Hail Mary for a touchdown, the Cardinals. I mean, that should have never happened anyways. Right?
Hey, it's all part of the game.
All right, so let's go back on the scores. Pick the underdog is 3 points and up, then I'll get you 4 points. Pick the underdog less than 3 points, we'll get you 3 points. The spread will get you 2 points. The over-under will get you 2 points. And the favorite will get you 1 point. You ready?
I am ready. I don't even know your pick, so this is going to be wonderful.
You don't know my picks?
I have no idea who you picked.
All right. Let's get the show on the road, folks. First game is the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Pittsburgh didn't look too good against Dallas. Somehow, I mean, with a scrub quarterback starting, a guy who barely ever played. Wait a second. Am I like 2 weeks in the past right now? Because they didn't play the Cowboys last week, right?
I don't even remember.
No,
Cowboys had a bye last week.
who did the Steelers beat the Bengals? I'm sorry.
Steelers beat the Bengals, yeah.
I'm stuck on 2 weeks.
And they played well.
Yeah.
It was 2 weeks. It was before that.
Yeah. So I mean, the Steelers, I mean, they looked good last week. So, I mean, I still think that they're going to keep it the way it is. Let's see what the comments say. You guys will probably get me on that. The Steelers hate running the ball, so that's true.
So do the Eagles.
So do the Eagles. I'm going to take the Steelers minus 10.5. I think that I think that they're going to probably easily beat the Jaguars. I don't think Gardner Minshew is healthy enough to play on Sunday. He's questionable right now. I checked that out. They say that he is the future of the quarterback position for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't think so personally, but I can see them. I can see the Steelers blowing out the Jaguars here. I don't think it's going to be any close. What do you think?
So I'm taking Pittsburgh here just straight up. I'm just taking safe and taking the point. I actually, if I'm going to take a side, I think Jacksonville's going to cover this game. I mean, I know it's a lot to ask. You have a rookie coming in. Pittsburgh's D line. I mean, their front's good. I mean, they're going to put pressure on Jacksonville so the cows come home. I don't know. It's Big Ben on the road again. It's a continuous thing. I think that 10.5 is a lot, and they haven't been playing great football. Last week they played a little bit better. They did play the Bengals, so it doesn't make a difference. But I do think, if I was going to take a side, I would probably take Jacksonville with the points. But I'm going to take it safe here because this is a karaoke game. And I'm just going to take the point here and have this.
Yeah, you're definitely being really safe on it. You watch Jacksonville wins out, right? We'll see. Probably not.
Yeah. I think it's going to be close. I think it's going to be a touchdown or less.
All right, our next game is the Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints. Folks, what's my saying, folks? You got to what, Mike? Risk it to what?
Get the biscuit?
Get the biscuit, yes. You got to risk it to get the biscuit, folks. I think everyone's thinking that the Saints are going to win this one. I mean, the Saints are favored by 3.5. I gave the Falcons on the money line. I'm taking the Falcons. The game's in New Orleans. Drew Brees is out, obviously. Everyone likes Taysom Hill. I don't know. Is he a starting quarterback in the NFL? We'll find out. That's what Sean Payton seems to think. But, I mean, I don't know. I do know Matt Ryan is a star quarterback. I do know that Julio Jones is a star receiver. Calvin Ridley, injured.
He's back.
He's back, but he's still a little bit banged up there. Hayden Hurst, is he a solid tight end? Yeah. Falcons defense isn't that good, but I mean, can't guard Michael Thomas has not been good this year. You have him in fantasy, you would know he has not been good. So I'm going to take the Falcons in the money line at plus 155. That'll get me 4 points if they do win. What do you think?
I mean, it's actually, you look at it and it's actually not crazy because majority of the people are on the Falcons. So you're not like, like it's not an outsider thing. Everybody's kind of leaning towards the Falcons. I expect this line to kind of move. Taysom Hill, I don't know. The greatest part about him is that in fantasy, he's a tight end that you can start now. I've been trying to get him in every single league, and I failed miserably. I had him earlier in the year, and I was holding on to him, and then I released him, and obviously now, look what happens. But I don't know. I just think that New Orleans is going to win. and they have Alvin Kamara. I think that I don't think this is going to be a Taysom Hill show. I think that Jameis is going to come in, and I trust Jameis. He led me to, he led me to the championship last year before he broke his thumb, and kind of, that was kind of the end of things. But I'm going to take the Saints. I think Jameis does play in this game. I think Taysom's there. I think the Saints defense has been playing very well, so I'm going to take them here at home. And I'm taking them laying the points too, going for it.
So do you think that Sean Payton is messing with everyone's heads and he's actually going to be starting Jameis Winston at the end here?
Personally, I actually don't think he wanted that to leak out. I don't think he wanted that to leak out at all. I think he's probably very upset at whatever happened there, because I think they were trying to keep that a secret going into the game. Because now obviously, Atlanta can kind of go for the gadgets and stuff like that. But I don't know. I don't think he must have been happy with that.
And
Mike, he didn't come out right and say it. Am I correct? This was leaked, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it was leaked.
Yeah.
Like you were basically, alluding to what my question was for our audience. Is Taysom Hill a fantasy tight end when he is named the starting quarterback? Like, should he still be eligible to play tight end? I mean, he's been named the quarterback by the, allegedly by the team. Should you still be allowed to play him as a tight end in fantasy? What do you think, audience? Mike, what do you think?
I mean, I think yes. It's kind of crummy, but you know what, man? It's one of those things where it's you found a loophole, and there's nothing you can do about it. And unless they take that, I mean, it depends. Some sites do not have him listed as a tight end. It depends on certain sites. But yeah, I mean, listen, he's there. It is what it is. I mean, I know it's different than the Colston thing that happened way back then when he was a tight end and he was a receiver, and people are like, you shouldn't be able to use him there. But dude, if it's on a site and he's able to move there, it's fair game. So I don't see a problem with that at all.
What the hell is this? Joe, very sleepy tonight. Must have had the chicken parm hero. What the hell is that? 2 slices too. 10.5 is too much. Kaz is playing it unsafe, unlike the Chinese buffet. Love the Falcons here. James to throw 2 interceptions would have been a lock if he started. And we got Sean Payton as a worm. No, I actually had pizza for dinner. It was my mother's birthday, so
I didn't even eat dinner.
You didn't have dinner. I'm sorry.
I just had a piece of pumpkin pie.
So moving on to the Coors Light here. This is a black cherry. All right. The next game, the Philadelphia Eagles at the Cleveland Browns. Eagles, they stink. I mean, that was a horrible loss last week, the Giants. I was embarrassed to watch that game. They're playing the Cleveland Browns, who are 6-3, and they are very, very well, very, very much overachieving. It's considered years past. Will they have a winning season for the first time in a long time? That's still yet to be seen. But I think the Browns are going to win this game. I think they're going to win. I think they're probably going to win by a lot, but I don't have that much confidence in them. That's why I'm going to take the over at 48. 48 is a pretty low number for the over. Not too high. It's not like we're in the 50s here. I think the Browns are going to run the ball, and the Eagles probably run all over them. So that's why I think that maybe Carson Wentz might get a couple touchdowns here. Supposedly Myles Garrett's on the COVID list. We'll see if he plays or not.
He's out.
He's out.
Definitely out.
Then there's probably going to be less pressure on Carson Wentz. I mean, he really has to show something this week. He's on the hot seat right now, and the fans are not going to be dealing with Carson Wentz playing miserably that much longer, regardless of who's catching the ball for him. But I think it's been a lot. It does seem like it's his fault in the games, but they have to win at some point. They're not going to win here, I don't think. But I'm taking the over. I think they're still going to score some points. I can see the game going like 31-20, something like that. What do you think?
So I've been back and forth with this game all week, and I have not known where to go. And finally, when the Myles Garrett news hit, I ended up shifting to the Eagles getting the points. The reason I did this, so I mean, you look at this I'm not so much worried about Baker's legs. I'm worried about Chubb and Hunt. I mean, they can run the football. Listen, the Eagles are known for stopping the run. They haven't stopped the run this year. If you really look at them, they have not stopped the run this year. And I know with the running quarterbacks has kind of been an issue with, has been the issue, and that's why the numbers are there. But Baker can do the same exact thing. So I'm hesitant to say that, the Eagles are going to shut down the run game, because they're not. The Browns are a very good run football team, and they're going to do it. But the Myles Garrett thing, I think that, That's one less pass rush that the Eagles really have to worry about. You know that Carson Wentz would have threw an interception or fumbled with Myles Garrett in there, which is going to lead to, I think, an extra touchdown. This is a win it. This is a make it or break it a game. I think this game right here is going to be the turning point in the Eagles season. If they lose this game, they're going downhill, and the Redskins are going to win. The Washington's going to win the division, in my opinion.
So
if they win this game,
and not the
I think
Giants,
Washington's going to do it. If they win this game, I think the Eagles are finally going to make their play. This is the make it or break it game. It's kind of like Seattle last night with Arizona. So I think this is why I'm going with the Eagles. I listened to Doug speak today. He sounded pretty confident and, kind of upbeat. So I'm taking the points here.
Let's see what the audience has to say. Got it. Garrett is out with the breaking news for our audience. Let's see. No Garrett for the Browns. One last strip sack. Pat's a Eagle fan than I am. He thinks you're going to win. So does Bob. Let's see. Billy thinks only 3 sack fumbles, not 4. Here's Tim. Also got that Austin Powers with on. Wig.
No. Dude, I haven't had a haircut in like 3 months.
I was in the greeniest. All right, back to the games. We have our next one is the Tennessee Titans at the Baltimore Ravens. Now, this game, I kind of wanted to pick the Titans this week. They looked really good the early part of the season, but after the Ravens got embarrassed last week by New England coming into their home stadium and beating them, I'm going to take the Ravens -6.5. I think that maybe finally Lamar gets things under control and finally wins the game. They have good receivers. They have a really good tight end. The running game, hasn't been that great with Mark Ingram out. But I do want to take the Ravens. I like their defense, and I think that they're going to shut down Tractor Cito, Derrick Henry, aka, and Ryan Tannehill. I personally think that the Titans are frauds, and that's why I want to pick the Ravens here. What do you think?
So you wouldn't let me do my original. I wanted to take the Titans in the first quarter. They're a great first quarter team. They're actually getting a half a point. So if you are listening, that is a very good one to do. Obviously it depends on the coin toss, but I'm very confident in the series opener with the Titans kind of doing it. So that's one that I really like is the Titans in the first quarter here. But I like the Titans here in this game. Baltimore, they're struggling. They're not running the football well. They're not doing what they need to do anymore. They're beat up. They're hurt. Their best run defender is out of this game, which means Derrick Henry's going to have a monster week. I'm also playing against him in fantasy, so you do the math. Obviously, it's going to happen. I predicted yesterday because I sat Drake and Edmonds. I said they were both going to have a touchdown, and guess what? They both had a touchdown. So you can bet that Derrick Henry is going to run wild this game, especially, even last year. I think it's Williams when he was out last year, the Ravens got run on, and they're going to get run on again this week. And then their secondary, I still don't know who's back. They're banged up too. So this is a Baltimore team that's kind of beat up, and they're going in the wrong direction. So I would take the Titans here, but in this case, I'm going with the under. I mean, you're looking at a predominantly run team in Tennessee, and you're looking at a predominantly run team in Baltimore. 49.5 points. I mean, I don't see 6 touchdowns being scored by both of these teams with the field goals. So I'm going with the under here at 49.5, and I'm pretty safe with that. Unless they break it free, and the Titans haven't broke a 25+ yard play in 5 weeks. So I'm not really too worried about that.
So after 9 games, whose season do you think is more impressive? Kyler Murray or Lamar Jackson from last year?
Oh, Kyler Murray is MVP worthy.
Okay.
I think he's hurt. He might be. He has to be hurting after yesterday. He looked kind of off a little bit.
I mean, that's a legitimate question. I was wondering. I mean, the guy supposedly, like we said last week, where he's the only one who's thrown for over 2,000 yards and 500 rushing yards after 8 games. There's another thing that he did was the first NFL history he did last night, but I think he's definitely having a way better season than Lamar Jackson was last year. I mean, not by much. I mean, Lamar Jackson was the MVP, and I think Kyler could be the MVP this year. Wasn't that impressed with his performance last night. I mean, I thought he would do better against the Seattle defense, but yeah, I mean, they still lost. But I think Lamar, like I said, I think he's going to bounce back, and I think they're going to win this game by a lot. Let's see what our fans have to say here. He says, Kaz says, take Titans in the first quarter. Yep. This is a tough one. I wouldn't touch this one. I think the Titans finally play well, right? You would think. He agrees with the under. And let's see. I think Kyle should pick a Ranger. Well, he's got the trolls out there. And by the way, fans, I was wrong. The
zero time when I have two kids running around.
The game was in
daycare in the house.
I was wrong. The Ravens lost in New England, not in Baltimore. I apologize. Next game is the Cincinnati Bengals at the Washington football team. Look, I don't really like the football team here. I hate picking the football team, so I'm going to take the Bengals in the money line. I think they're going to win this game. I think they're going to make it pretty convincing. And I'll take the 3 points here. I like Joe Burrow at plus 110. Is Joe Mixon playing this week, or is he still out?
I don't know. I still don't know. I think he might actually come back, but I still don't know yet. That's like a big toss up. And then T. Higgins is questionable too.
I mean that could be a factor there. I mean, especially with the football team's defensive line looking really good. But I still like the Bengals here. What do you think?
Yeah, this is a tough game. I was supposed to, like I said, I think Washington is going to Mixon. It looks like he's going to be out. But I like Washington. Like I said, I still think that they are going to. I still think they have a chance to win the division. But I'm going to take Cincy here. Like I said, I'm going with the Burrow. I'm going to take the points here. I know it's 1.5. I think that if Washington does win this game, they're not going to destroy them. It'll be a field goal or less. And, I'm hoping for like a 24-23, 25-24, 27-26, some kind of game like that. It's a 1 point game. So I'm going to take the Bengals here getting the points.
Why are the Bengals underdogs? I would think that
Washington's good. And if you look at what they did, they almost bounced back against Detroit and kind of won that game last week. And I mean, I don't know. I think home. That's what it comes down to.
All right. Next game is the New England Patriots at the Houston Texans. I think New England's going to win this game. I mean, it's a 2 point spread here. I think that New England's going to win the game, but I'm not that confident in it. But what I am confident is I don't think that the Patriots have very good receivers. They're without Julian Edelman. N'Keal Harry's been a very big disappointment. Jacoby Myers is a solid receiver, and it really doesn't really have much to throw to. So, I mean, Watson on the other end. I think Watson's been pretty underwhelming. I've had him in fantasy. He hasn't been as great as he has been in years past. So I'm going to take the under on this one, which is 49. So I don't have any confidence in this game going to be a lot. I think the Patriots are still going to win the game, but I think that's going to be a pretty low scoring affair. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's safe because you mentioned that the Patriots don't have receivers and they don't need them because they have Damian Harris, and I think he's going to have an extremely good week against this Texas team that runs a lot of run defense up, and so I'm taking the Patriots here, laying the points. You're going to have Cam running the football here. The Patriots are going to run the ball for about 200 some yards, and that's why the under's probably safe here if they're going to be running the football like that the whole entire time, and I still think the Patriots pass defense can still give some problems here, and I don't think Houston plays very well against the Patriots. I know it's different regime, but yeah, Patriots here.
All right. Next game is the Detroit Lions, the Carolina Panthers. Detroit on a last-second win last week over the Washington football team, as mentioned before. Right now, they are the favorites. The favorites, actually, heading into Carolina. Carolina is the home team here. Carolina has, veered off a little bit. They've lost a few games here, but I'm going to take the Lions -2. As mentioned, I'm a big fan of DeAndre Swift. I'm glad that he's finally been named the starter.
He's out.
No, really?
Yeah. He's not playing. I'm pretty certain he's not playing.
Hold on a second. Are you fucking kidding me?
Language. No, he's out.
He's out.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry, guys. Didn't research that too well. All right. So I'm still going to take the Lions -2. I guess I better pick up a running back then. What do you think? This is live breaking news. And
I have some if you want to trade. I have a lot. So
I guess I better pick up a running back. Okay, then. All right. So I'm going to take the Lions -2. But Swift, you let me down this week. And what do you think, Mike?
So yeah, Swift. I think he got a concussion last game, so he's been rolled out for this game. I'm going with Carolina. The reason why Detroit is favored in this game. I mean, Stafford's obviously playing. I think he's going to play too. You know, he's got the thumb injury. I think he's going to play through this. From what I've seen, he's practiced, so I think he's going to play. But obviously, Bridgewater's not going to play. It's going to go to Mr. Walker. You know, from the TU. So he did well in the the other league here. So I'm going to go here and go with the Panthers straight up. All right, to win this game. I think they're home. I think they're going to win this game. I think I know Detroit is good, but I'm going Carolina here minus McCaffrey. They have a bye next week. So they can rest up and get better from there. So give me them straight up.
All right.
If you want to make a trade, by the way, I have a lot of runners.
Which one do you can change? Actually, I can probably change a poop number faster. It might be the only thing I'm better than you at physically. I'm pretty good at it.
Probably 100 this past 4 days.
Their childs or their the latest game at all. Pats are. I'm sorry. I'm well back. Swift out. Yeah. Well, like shampoo. Joe learning Swift is out. Yeah. We can make a GIF out of it or a meme. Hopefully, maybe this will pick up. Oh my God! All right then. Our next game is the Miami Dolphins at the Denver Broncos. So, this game, I think Denver's going to win. I think that Miami's going to win the game here. But I'm going to take the over, 45.5. I think Tua's getting in. He's actually been, picking up some steam over the last few weeks. He was pretty slow in his debut, but he's been, doing pretty well. I think that he's going to score some points. I like Miami, even though, their Myles Gaskin is going to be out again, and supposedly Matt Bryant is going to be playing. I mean, that's kind of a big drop off there in talent, but I do like Miami. I like the defense, I like the special teams, but I think it's going to go the over. I think 45.5 is going to be a low over. I can see this game going somewhere like maybe 28-20. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Drew Lock is apparently playing now, which is why I took Miami. And I've been going against Miami the whole entire time, and it hasn't worked well for me. So I'm taking the Dolphins here, laying the points. Lock is hurt. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. So that's why I'm kind of going with it. I do like him as a quarterback, but he's just not playing very well this year. Denver's really been struggling. They're just they're a hit or miss team too. You just don't know who it is. But Miami's defense and special teams is really good. So I'm sticking here and I'm going with the Dolphins.
Is that a history question Bob is asking right there?
I'm not answering any of this. I'm not even looking at it.
All right. On to the late games here. You got the New York Jets at the Los Angeles Chargers. Everyone knows that the Jets stink. I think you have to be an idiot to take the Jets. So that's why I'm going to just go with the over here. 46, very much low scoring affair here with Justin Herbert as a star quarterback. The Jets, they stink, but I still think they can put up at least 17 to 20 points. I think the Chargers are going to blow them out there. So that's why I'm going to take the over. What do you think?
At least somebody got a haircut. He got a haircut. I don't know if you saw that. Everybody's been talking about it. Give me the Chargers straight. Give me the Chargers straight. I don't trust anything with the points here. I don't trust the Chargers. In late in the game, so just give me 1 point and let me go home and not talk about this game ever again.
Season.
Huh?
Wouldn't be something if the Jets finally get their first win of the season against the Chargers?
I still think that they're gonna. I still think they're gonna win a game this year. I just don't know where they're gonna win. I still think they're gonna win one.
All right. Let's see what the fans have to say. Let's see. Maybe you're just wondering if. All right. Next game is the Green Bay Packers at the Indianapolis Colts. I was wondering why the Colts were the favorite in this game, being that they're 7-3 right now. The Packers have been a pretty dominant team, but like you said, they lost to the Buccaneers. They lost to Minnesota. Can you really trust them? And I didn't really know where to go with this one. I really wanted to take the Packers, but I'm just going to take the Colts -2. They are the home team. They got Frank Reich. They got Phillip Rivers. They got a pretty darn good defense. So I'm going to take them. I like their offensive line. Jonathan Taylor, I mean, he hasn't been, setting the world on fire. There are still some other components of the running game, like Nyheim Hines. So I'm going to take the Colts -2. What do you think?
So Packers last week barely beat the Jags.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to come back with a vengeance. I would think that Rodgers is like, dude, like, let's go. This is it right now. This is our time to prove to people right now that we got. I am a little concerned here because, I think that the Colts can just kind of with Nyheim Hines and by the way, I have him if you want him. But Nyheim Hines and Taylor just running the football at the Packers and kind of keep Rodgers off the field. That is my concern here. But I'm taking Green Bay here, and I'm taking them straight up because I think they're going to play well. They didn't play well last week. They've struggled the last 2 weeks. But I think they're going to come back here, and I think they're going to come out and Rodgers is going to kind of ball. It's Devontae Adams time.
So the Colts are 6-3. I think they'll be 7-3. I think they're going to win this game. But you like the Packers? That could be a good way to get you 3 points.
Yep.
All right. And our next game is the Dallas Cowboys at the Minnesota Vikings. Now, when they played the Steelers 2 weeks ago, they kept it pretty tight here. I think Dallas is going to lose this one, though. I don't think there'll be that much of a close game, but I'm going to take the over. It's still 47.5. That is not a lot of points there. I think Zeke's going to have a good game running the ball. Dalvin Cook's going to have a good game running the ball. I mean, there really isn't that much to say. I think 47.5 is a low number, and I like the over. What do you think?
So I like Minnesota. I like the way they're playing football. And like I said, I said it last week when they were playing the Bears that they're a good team and they've been playing very well lately and making a really good push. I think Zimmer is a very good defensive coach, and I think he's going to give them fits. And I think, this is not going to go very well for the Cowboys. I know Dalton's back and, everything looks fine and dandy, but I think the Vikings are going to win this game, and I think they're going to win this pretty easily by 10, maybe 12, 13 points, something like that. So I'm definitely taking the Vikings here, laying the points.
All right. Let's see what these guys have to say. Question from both. How high up is that horse you two are riding that you don't have time to answer fan questions? But what does that even mean? What is he saying?
Because we didn't answer the question that he previously posted. So
look. Got a like here. Happy birthday to John Rose if you're watching right now. It's his birthday today. I think John Rose Jr. is his uncle John. Okay. All right. So he likes the Packers. The Colts are no joke. He likes the Colts. So does he is Ingram and Moss for a trade? Okay.
You don't want them. I have Nyheim Hines and Philip Lindsay. They're way better.
And he likes Dallas there. Cousins is bound to throw a stinker. That's kind of true. That could happen.
Not a primetime game.
That's true. Not a primetime game. No, that's a good point. All right. Let's see our next game. This is the Sunday night game. We got the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Look, the Raiders won the last game. Could they make it 2 in a row? Probably not. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I do like what the Raiders have in their passing game. Nelson Aguilar has been pretty impressive this year. They say he's playing like an all-pro. I mean, I don't know how, but he is. He stinks. Somehow he goes to the Raiders. He's a solid player. Derek Carr, he's a solid quarterback. Raiders defense, I think the Raiders are just a solid team right now. I don't think they're going to be Super Bowl contenders anytime. They could be next year, but not this season anytime very, very soon. I like the Raiders here +8. I think that it's going to be a close game. It could be like a field goal game, maybe an overtime game where it's within a touchdown. So I'm going to take the Raiders with the points. What do you think?
I don't think this game is going to be close at all. Andy Reid, bye week, Chiefs, laying the points, easy. Vengeance, easy. Chiefs, laying the points, lock.
So they're taking the Chiefs -8.
I would take the Chiefs at 9.5. 10 is my cutoff. I would.
All right, let's see what we got here. We got some fan questions. Costello, you have no money to trade.
You're right. I actually thought about that. I think I only have $1 fab left. So if we do that trade, I would not be able to make any more moves.
Love the Chiefs here. Annie off bye. Lock of the week. Chiefs will bury them.
You guys are hurting me.
Harvey Burrymeyer. All right, next game. Monday Night Football, we got the Los Angeles Rams at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know why the Rams are 4-point dogs in this one, but I mean, I don't think they're that bad of a team. Like we said, they have Aaron Donald, they got Jalen Ramsey, got a solid defense. They're playing very well here. So I'm just going to take them on the money line at plus 175. I mean, that's 4 points if it hits. I mean, I'm not 100% confident that it's going to hit, but you know my rule. You got to make some risks in this game. I think that in this lit picks, I'm a little bit more wilder than you are. I think you're a little more conservative with your picks. You take a lot of the spreads, like the -2 games. I like to go for the, I like to swing, and if I miss, I like to go for the home run. What do you think about this game, though?
This is a tough one. I was looking at the under, thinking that you got the pass rush for the Rams. I think that that's going to give Brady a little bit of fits. He's, in his older age, he doesn't like the pass rush a lot. So I think that's going to struggle a little bit. Bucks D, I think, can get at it too. And Goff's, it depends on what he's going to play like. I am basically just judging this off of the mere fact that it's Tom Brady on Monday night. And the last time he was on Monday night, it did not go very well. Therefore, I am taking the Bucks laying the points here on Monday night. The Rams are a really good football team. But I'm going here. I'm going with touchdown Tom. I take the Bucks here laying the points on Monday night.
All right. Mikey, it is time for the mega parlay. Did you like how I used the Tecmo Bowl music last week when we tied?
Didn't even notice it. I don't even notice the music.
All right. Let's see. We got a tough one here.
But I always used to fumble in that game, and it made me very angry.
The game was against you. Otis, would you rather be a garbage man and make $50,000 a year or be a fluff? I'm not freaking answering that question, dude. What are the benefits for being garbage man? Do they get a good pension compared to the other job?
Waste management.
Waste management. All right. Well, I like the Ravens -6.5, the Bengals +110, the Lions -2. And the Dolphins -3.5. That's $13.93. So I think that's definitely worth it. I think I can see all these bets hitting. I think the one that I'm the least confident on now is the Lions -2. Like, why are they the favorite if they have Swift out? Like, seriously, like, why are they the favorite? And I wish I would have known this Swift was out. I didn't check my fantasy team today. And that's, you take your eye off it for 1 second, and this happens. So, what do you think, Mike? What do you like for your mega parlay?
So I got New England laying the points. I love the Baltimore and Tennessee under. The Dolphins, obviously, like I said, I'm just going to stick with that, and then the KC at -8. So I'm pretty confident with most of these. I think the one that I'm not so confident with is the Baltimore Tennessee game, because that could just get out of hand if there's big plays. But lately I have not seen big plays out of both of those teams, so I'm just going to stick with it and hope that we go with the under.
I'm going to be hoping to see some big points from the Baltimore and Tennessee game there. But we're just going to stick with the same karaoke punishment, good vibrations by Marky Park and the Funky Punch for you. I would love to see you do that. And you're going to go sit with Unchained Melody. Hey, guys, in the comments, let us know what you want us to sing for a duet. Leave us a quick comment. Tell me what you want. Let's see. Of course you would say that. You must be crazy for you, by Madonna, for the duet. Even though it's not a duet song, though. That's a one-person song. That's a good one too. We'll consider that. Do you want me to sing the girl part or him?
I think I can get my note up there. I don't know.
All right, folks, this will be the end of the show. And Mike, tell everybody what to do.
Stay lit and enjoy the week, and then we got to figure out what we're going to do for the turkey next week.
This is usually what I do when we're going over the games. We usually go with this window. I screwed it up. I was just too happy with blowing up that, knocking that freaking intro out of the park. I was too happy about that I forgot to set that up.
No worries.
See what they have to say before we get out of here.
Nothing.
Be creative. Up to you. All right, guys. This is the end of the show. Have a great week. See you next time.